Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche is going around Capitol Hill right now trying to shore up support so that he can sail through his confirmation process, which should begin pretty shortly. However, he has bigger problems to worry about than whether or not he actually gets confirmed. He needs to be more worried about whether or not he loses his law license overall. A new complaint, a 73-page complaint, has been filed against Todd Blanche in the state of New York with the New York Bar Association by two legal groups, in addition to 101 former judges. So you literally now have hundreds of people that have filed this 73-page complaint against Todd Blanche, asking the New York Bar Association to launch an ethics investigation. The 73-page complaint focuses on three key areas of misconduct that they accuse Blanche of engaging in, and they are, quote, Blanche's role in orchestrating the creation of a $1.776 billion compensation fund, widely panned as a slush fund and an IRS audit shield for the president and his family. Blanche's role in abusing the investigative and prosecutorial powers of the Justice Department to target the president's perceived political enemies, including former FBI Director James Comey, and Blanche supervising the DOJ's flawed response to the Epstein Files Transparency Act, including the disclosure of thousands of records containing sensitive victim information. Now, that one alone could easily get Blanche disbarred. The Epstein Files Transparency Act sets forth, certain criteria that he legally has to meet, and he didn't do it. So, in other words, he violated a federal law signed by the President of the United States that he works for. He violated it. A violation of federal law is typically grounds for disbarment. That's pretty much no gray area. That one alone should get Todd Blanche disbarred. But disbarring him is not going to prevent him from becoming Attorney General. I know you've got a couple Republicans that are totally on the fence. He's going to get confirmed. He'll be Attorney General. But here's the thing that people like Todd Blanche and everybody else in the Trump administration never learned. You don't get to play pretend forever, okay? So if Todd Blanche becomes Attorney General, he's not going to be Attorney General forever. Eventually, he will have to go back to civilian life in 2.5 years. At most. You're back on the job market, buddy. What are you going to do when you no longer have a law license? You're not going to be able to teach? You're not going to be able to practice law? Everything you've worked for your entire life will be gone. What are you going to do? Write a book? You think conservatives are going to read a book by a short-term former attorney general? That's not going to make it onto the bestseller list. Independents, moderates, Democrats, they're not going to buy it. So you're not going to make a killing off that. And even if you did, that's a one-time thing. You're not going to be able to write multiple books. You see where I'm going with this? These conservatives are so short-sighted. They sell their soul. They do all these horrible things for this very temporary gain that does not sustain when the administration ends. And as I always say, look back at everybody from the first administration. How they doing, right? Everybody living their best life? Out there doing great, wonderful things? No! Most of them have faded off into obscurity, with the exception, of course, of Sarah Huckabee Sanders, now governor of Arkansas. Rest faded into obscurity, faced legal problems, disappeared, whatever. They're not doing well for the most part. And none of these idiots that are serving with Trump right now learned that lesson. So they're going to learn it the hard way. And Todd Blanche is probably going to learn it a lot harder than anybody else. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.